Hey gang, welcome to another edition of Doc Schlock, where it's a review of the movie Robot Monster. And this has been one of those really weird days. Apparently, some friends of mine saw this movie recently, and they told me that, they said, well, if I don't review this movie, then they were going to build a large pot in the front yard and boil themselves alive. Well, I can't get on things immediately. You know, I usually have a pretty busy day doing things, and, well, let's just say this much. They've been out there for 2.5 hours, and, of course, 30 minutes of it they were screaming and yelling, mostly the Lord's name in vain. I haven't heard anything in the last 2 hours, so I'm sure they're okay. I mean, you know, I don't know, maybe they're just relaxing in that hot water, but, you know, hey, boil yourself all you want to, make a hot tub, I don't care. This one is about a robot from the moon who comes to Earth, who is supposed to try and destroy all of humanity. But 8 people wind up surviving. And his leader, who is known as the Great Guidance, tells him, I want you to eliminate the last 8 people that are on Earth. But Roman, he's trying to avoid the Great Guidance. And Roman starts having feelings for one of the survivors named Alice. Well, the Great Guidance finds out about all this, comes to Earth, kills Roman, and winds up unleashing a giant earthquake and the dinosaurs upon the Earth to try and completely destroy the planet. Yeah. But then it turns out that it was all actually a dream done up by a little boy named Johnny. He was supposed to be one of the 8 survivors in the movie. There was a professor, Johnny, Alice, a couple of other people, and yeah, so Johnny's family goes to check on him while he's asleep in a cave. Pretty much tells him what happened, tells him all about his weird dream. And then the last 15, 20, 30 seconds of the movie has Roman walking out towards the viewers with his arms out. You see a flash of white light, and he does it over and over and over and over and over again. So, yeah. So, why did this movie suck? If you thought 3D nowadays sucked, it really sucked back then. Very strange, weird movie. Roman is supposed to be, I guess, a gorilla with a space helmet. It's a classic cheesy movie, and the dinosaur effects were actually just some sort of stock footage. Horribly done, and I actually found out that I believe it was the director of the movie actually attempted to commit suicide after the movie came out. But he sent the suicide letter to a local newspaper, and they caught him in time before he could take his own life. So yeah, kind of weird to do that, but it is considered one of the worst movies of all time. And if you could sit through it and try and take it just a little bit seriously, I don't see how you can do that, in all honesty. But it's bad. It's really bad. But again, it's an old 50s movie that was supposed to be crappy, that was supposed to be bad, and well, actually, I don't think it was supposed to be bad. I mean, movies like this back then, the directors and the actors and everybody tried to take them very seriously. But when the finished product was made and everybody sees this, it's kind of like, what? So yeah, it's a bad one. It's really, really bad. If you haven't seen it, but you want a good laugh, I would say check it out just for the laughable dialogue and some of the really bad lines in this movie. The guy who played Roman was actually the voice. Not only, of course, he not only did he do the voice of Roman, he also did the voice of the Great Guidance. So yeah, this guy was pretty busy. But again, cheesy, bad movie, but it's a guilty pleasure. What can I tell you? But there you guys have it, a review of Robot Monster. I should really go check on my friends, though. I must, but I can't. But I must. Nah, screw them. They're probably dead anyway. If you like my videos, feel free to subscribe. And if you have a horror, sci-fi horror, comedy horror, or fantasy horror movie that was in 3D but as cheesy as a Wisconsin dairy farm, send it my way and I'll get on it ASAP. Thank you guys so very, very much for watching, and until next time, as always, stay strong and rock on. Boy, they look like human lobsters out there. I better go check on them.